Okay, so go ahead and grab your drink. Everybody grab your water, grab your water, grab your water. And let's go ahead and get started on the second half. Looks like several of you all are going to use your phone's the timer on your phone. That is perfect. You all have already done your homework for the week. I will try really hard to remember to come back and give you your badge as soon as Casey makes it. If you've not been with us before, this is an hour-long chat, and if you are watching this on YouTube, and that's just youtube.com, search if you have an egg. If you've not been with us before, the first half is whatever the Weight Watchers topic is from the prior week. And then the second half is usually something fun. I think it's something fun. This week we're going to be making a little bit of food, so the hair is going up. Yeah, let's just check it, see how it looks. Okay, that's okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. So we're going to be making a little bit of food in the second half of tonight's chat. And again, today is September the 3rd, 2023. In case you have been like under a rock or something, you probably already know that I had an issue with my tooth last week. I have an abscessed tooth. I'm having surgery on it a week from Monday. A couple of others, like Trish, is having some dental issues, so a couple of us are in that same boat. I spent last week eating mostly soft foods just because my face hurts so bad. So it was like literally a matter of self-defense because my face hurt so bad that that's all I could eat was soft food. Then this week I've been eating mostly soft food so that I don't re-aggravate my tooth. The infection seems to be pretty cleared up, and they will not extract it for me until, it was so infected, everybody came in to look at it, okay? But they will not take it out if I don't keep this infection under control. Oh no, Barbara's husband has to have a root canal. They asked me about that, and I was like, nope, just get rid of it. I'm not going through that. I'm not even going through that. But anyway, so I was eating soft food because I did not want to agitate it or re-aggravate it or do anything to keep me from being able to have it out in a week. And now I'm making my meal prep plans, for after I have this tooth pulled. And again, I may be overthinking this. I may be making too big of a deal out of it, but that hurts so bad. I do not want a repeat of this. And I want to make sure that I do whatever I can for that area to heal. So while I've been complaining about my tooth issues, I realized that we have several people in our group, several people I chat with on Instagram and over on YouTube who are either on a soft, like a mechanical soft diet for lots of different reasons. So a few of us are having dental work done or have already had it done and have to be on a soft food diet. I have a couple of people that are just prone to choking or aspiration, when they're eating more solid foods and they're getting medical attention for that. They're not asking me, for that advice, just asking me for, some examples of some of the foods that I'm going to be eating. My mother had that issue. She actually had to have, I don't remember what the procedure is, but she had to have her esophagus stretched a few times over the last 10 or 12 years of her life, just because it would, she would have trouble swallowing, like if it was anything that had to be chewed, she was really at risk of aspirating on it. Got a couple of people that are having surgery, and after the surgery, not necessarily mouth surgery, but just having some type of surgery where they want them to have a mechanical soft diet, had somebody that had a wreck that needed to be able to eat softer foods, somebody with dysphagia after having a stroke, or that can happen after, other medical for other medical reasons, and those of us with our dental issues. Okay, so there were not lots of people, but several people that were like, yeah, I kind of need to know what to eat too. So perfect timing. So if you are one of those people, here you go. If you're not one of those people, might want to keep this in mind just in case you're ever in this situation. So I realized I do not want to take a break on my Weight Watchers journey just because of my tooth. Remember, I was sputtering a couple of weeks ago, and I'm doing, everything that I can to get some gas in my engine, to get me going, and to have some great, be vrooming down that road, and I'm not letting my tooth mess that up. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is some super easy things that you can do to kind of get ready, for this. And then we're going to talk about 2 things that I'm making. Next week is all going to be about things that I'm making and prepping, because that will be the Sunday night before I have my tooth removed. So this week, just kind of getting my creative juices going, just kind of getting ready, and I'm making the things that I can eat that will be softer so that I don't have any issues prior to surgery. Next Sunday, though, we'll be finishing all of the prep. Again, I might be making a bigger deal out of this than it is. Maybe I'll only have to eat soft foods for a day or 2. I don't know, but I'm going to be prepared however I can be. Okay, so a few simple things that I picked up. Melissa, again, I'm just going to keep saying Melissa's name because she hooked me up. And there's Melissa right there, right on cue, Melissa. It's just like it's like I cued you to come in. And Barbara, yep, that's one of the things I'm going to mention. So Melissa hooked me up with this Fairlife. It's a 30-gram protein shake, and it is 3 points for this entire thing. So she hooked me up with that. That's something I definitely still have some of those, Melissa, and I will definitely be using those while I'm recovering. Barbara just mentioned Jell-O. I did, Barbara. It's like you knew. So I did get some Jell-O. I'm gonna try. This is a sugar-free plant-based gelatin that my mother used to eat, and I've been wanting to try. I have a friend who is doing all plant-based, no meat, and she's eating that way for her daughter herself, and her daughter and her granddaughter, and just for some health reasons. And so I'm trying this one. And my mom used to use this one. It is Simply Delish sugar-free plant-based gel. So I'll be making Jell-O with this. And I'll be putting because pears are pretty soft. That's something that's pretty easy to gum, when you can't chew a lot. So I'll be making Jell-O with some diced pears in them, just for something, fun. That probably won't be day 1, but I'll be doing that for something fun. Scrambled eggs. I'm planning on pre-making scrambled eggs and putting them in the freezer just in case I don't feel like having any. But I do like, something with it. So I went ahead and got some more of the Holy Guacamole little mini cups of guacamole to mix them with my scrambled eggs. And Orlando Debbie turned me on to the fact that you can freeze these. So these will be going in the freezer. They're in little individual containers in case you've not seen them. These little individual containers, they look like this. And so if you're not ready to use them, just pop them in the freezer. And then when you are ready to use them, just let them sit out. Do not try to heat them, okay? And Carol says, I had 4 teeth pulled and a root canal done in 1 day. What? Okay. Wow. And she lived off of yogurt and soup for a week. Yeah. So I've got yogurt. I've got yogurt in the refrigerator ready to go. Another thing I'm going to do, easy peasy, no cook, SpaghettiOs, just in case I feel like crud and don't want to make anything. I don't know about y'all, but I like SpaghettiOs. Half of a can is either 5 or 6 points, depending on which one you get. The whole can is like 10 points. Super easy to get down. Does not require any chewing. And look at this. I've never seen SpaghettiOs that have Frank's Red Hot in them. Actually kind of looking forward to that one. And I know, before anybody says, you can't have that the first day, you'll have an open wound. I know. But there's going to be lots of soft food eating days. So that one's another easy peasy thing. I keep these for Alyssa, and I have brought some of these to work. These are Annie's macaroni and cheese cups. You can get lots of different kinds of mac and cheese cups. I like these because they're made with organic pasta. And, and Carol Lou says, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm just going to take a breath and stop talking so fast. Carol Lou just reminded me of something. One issue that I was having, y'all are throwing out some great ideas, by the way. One issue that I was having when this was hurting so bad was I felt like Goldilocks, because ice cream was too cold, soup was too hot. What was I going to eat that was just right? So I ended up eating macaroni and cheese or mashed potatoes the whole time, and I'm okay with that because I can eat both of those lukewarm or just, neutral. So Carol Lou just reminded me these are good because, yes, no chewing is required, but you can also eat them room temperature. You do not have to, they don't have to be hot, okay? And yes, Betty, I do have an Instant Pot, and we're going to be making one thing in the Instant Pot, or it's sort of already made here in just a few minutes. But these are easy to keep. So right now I'm just talking about things that are easy to keep on hand. Like there's not a lot of prep work, not a lot to do with them, you know. So this is the Annie's brand of mac and cheese. It's 8 points for this cup. I can tell you these made with water heated in the microwave are actually really very good. Okay, so I've got some of the Annie's on hand, got some of the mac and cheese on hand in case I need it. Another already made, easy to go to. I mentioned macaroni and cheese. I mentioned mashed potatoes a second ago. These are so stinking easy. Again, these are made with real potatoes. So I've had people tell me those aren't potatoes. You should be, you know, those are just not those are not potatoes. They are too real potatoes. But you just add hot water to them, and they are 5 or 6 points, you know, for 1 cup, depending on what the flavor is. They actually do taste good. I almost always have non-fat plain Greek yogurt in the refrigerator here at work. So, and Debbie says breathing through my mouth may be uncomfortable as well. So may or may not be talking too much in the beginning. But you can add things to these. It doesn't have to just be the mashed potatoes. You can add non-fat plain Greek yogurt to kind of cream it up a little bit. But these are great. And so I've got these on hand, for later, for when that time comes. Okay. Then if we step it up a notch prep wise, I've got some pinto beans that I'll be making in the Instant Pot. So I've got those ready to go. I'll be making those in the Instant Pot so that I can just live on pinto beans for a little while if I need to. I did buy, now Melissa found some Just Quinoa. I could not find the Just Quinoa in this, but the Minute brown rice and quinoa is 6 points for this cup. Melissa found Just Quinoa, and I think Melissa, is it 3 points? Is it 3 points if you find just the quinoa? But this will be super simple. I thought I'd take this. I did get some peas and carrots that are small. Again, easy to, you don't have to chew. You can kind of gum them, you know, and get them down. And I got, because I do like tofu. Okay, yeah, sorry. Melissa says just the quinoa. So if you can find this kind, it's Minute brand. It's just like Minute rice. If you can find this that's just the quinoa, then they are 3 points. So I went to Kroger and they did not have any. I've been there 2 weeks in a row looking for them. They did not have any just quinoa. So I got this kind. I'm totally okay with, you know, if I'm not eating that much because I've just had dental surgery, I'm okay with spending 6 points on that. But also with that, I got some extra firm tofu. I'm going to make some tofu because it's so soft to go down. I got some silken tofu, and y'all have to wait until next week to see what I'm going to make with the silken tofu. And new to me, I got some chickpea tofu. So I will be trying this while I'm making all of my soft food things. But I will be making this because I do have some friends that cannot have as much soy, and obviously tofu is made out of soy, but this is a chickpea tofu, new to me, can't wait to try it, so I will let you all know how that turns out, but all of those will be for next week. I do have extra pudding, which we're going to talk about here in just a second, and in the freezer, I have, because none of this so far has had much, if any, vegetables in it at all. I did go ahead and get some riced cauliflower medley, which is riced cauliflower. It does have a tiny bit of carrots and peas in it. Really easy to kind of gum and get down. Maybe have some with the tofu. And I got a these are both Green Giant brand. This one is Green Giant Riced Veggie Blends. It's made with rainbow cauliflower. Look how pretty that is. I love rainbow cauliflower just because it's pretty. But this one is a creamy Alfredo, and this is only 1 point per serving. So I'm actually interested to try this even when I'm not, you know, having dental surgery. Okay, let me stick this in the freezer real quick. I'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. Okay, so in addition to that, because I was trying to think, okay, what else can I have I don't just want to have mac and cheese every day. I don't want to just have, applesauce every day. I don't want to just have things like that. I need something that's food, that's actual food, that's going to give me some nutrition, that's going to, make me comfortable, that's going to keep me happy. So, 2 of the things that I'm prepping, y'all can decide, do you want A or B? Okay, Barbara, I thought about milkshakes, but you can't suck through a straw. And I'm probably not gonna do a milkshake and just turn it up, okay? So, and yes, beans are a protein. They are a good protein, Vicki. So do you want me to show you thing A or thing B? Which one do you all want first? So A is over here, B is over here, and you have to look at both of them before you can go for the night. But which one do you want first? Carol Lou says egg salad. That's a great idea. Vicki says B. Katie says A. Barbara says A. Mary says A. A's getting ready to win. Sandra says A. Okay, so A is pudding, and Kim says A. Okay, so A is pudding. I love pudding. I had every intention of making some overnight oats ahead, and you can freeze them. So I was going to make some overnight oats ahead and, put them in the freezer and have them ready until like 5 people told me, oh, no overnight oats until the pocket whatever has healed up, because all of them said they tried eating oatmeal after they had their dental surgery, and that an oat or 2 got stuck in that pocket and they could not figure out how to get it out. Okay, so no overnight oats for me in the beginning until it starts healing. But I had already bought all this sugar-free Jell-O because I love Jell-O, and I love Jell-O in overnight oats. So, yeah, and Vicki said oats, grits, and rice can get in that pocket. She knows firsthand. Okay, so I will be super careful with that, and I will use the cauliflower rice, and let's see, I'll use the cauliflower rice and the rice cauliflower and the brown rice and quinoa. I'll wait until after it starts healing. Okay, so good to know. But anyway, so I wanted these, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with them? So I'm experimenting with different ways to make pudding that is not just, and Marlene wants to know about cream of wheat. I don't know. Would that be okay? Because I'm not opposed to cream of wheat. But I needed some different ways to make pudding. So tonight, first thing I'm going to show you is I tried 2 different ways to make pudding. One of them is courtesy of Melissa, who is hopefully still here, and she is in our Tuesday night meeting. And the second one is courtesy of my mom, who is no longer with us, but I was going to show you how she made pudding. So that's 2 of 4 ways that I'm trying to make pudding. 2 tonight, 2 next Sunday night. So the first one is oat milk. Yep, and Melissa is here. So when I show you Melissa's way, you all can cheer, stand up, throw confetti, whatever you want to do, because I'm pretty pumped about it. Okay, so the first way was my mom's way. So she became vegan later in life, in case you didn't know that, for health reasons. And she went through great extent to make sure that she ate vegan. I mean, like, strict. And she was like, this, and this are wrong with me. I've researched it. She went to the library, checked out books, blah, 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 blah. And she said, okay, everything points back to needing to be meatless. So, okay, I'm vegan. And checked off that list, and just the next day she was vegan. So, if you use Jell-O brand pudding, now, those of you who are out there in vegan land watching me, yes, I know Jell-O brand gelatin, which this is not. Jell-O brand gelatin is not vegan because it has how it's made. It's not vegan. Jell-O brand pudding can be. Okay, it can be more plant-based. So my mom used to use oat milk or sometimes coconut milk. Almond milk makes it a little thin, but she used oat milk, and that was before oat milk was cool. And you just use 1 cup. So to make 2 servings, you use 1 cup of oat milk, and you use 3 tablespoons. 1 cup of oat milk, 3 tablespoons of whatever flavor Jell-O gelatin that you want. And then this has been sitting in the refrigerator for an hour and a half. Now, it's still pretty soupy, but I'm going to prove to you that it tastes good, okay? So it never does quite set up like regular Jell-O does. It's delicious though. Oat milk is good for you. If you're trying to eat plant-based or vegan or whatever, oat milk is it is a great alternative. It's creamier, you know, I love it. But just know it doesn't quite set up. Now, I'm going to leave these overnight. They will be much more set up tomorrow. But as far as a normal setup time, oat milk is always going to be a little thinner. Yeah, it's just going to be. Okay, way number 2. This is how Melissa taught me this, and I had to text her today and say, I already forgot. You're going to have to tell me again. So Melissa is the one who hooked me up with the Fairlife, and she keeps talking about making pudding. And I remembered it, and I was going to do it, and I wanted to do it for tonight, and then I got to this afternoon, and I was like, uh-oh, how much did she say? So this is this is not the big Fairlife that you see sometimes at the grocery store. That is the, and I just lost what it's called. Anyway, this is a Fairlife protein shake. It is 11.5 ounces or 350 milliliters. This is 3 points for the whole thing. And I believe when I poured this out, it was 1.5 cups, if I'm not mistaken. To this 1.5 cups, this is going to make 2 servings. You put in 2 scoops of Jell-O pudding. I have not tried this, okay? This is also sat in the refrigerator for 1.5 hours. I want you to notice, though, the difference. So first of all, and I used an immersion blender to, you know, one of those, I used one of those to blend this together. So I want you to notice how much difference this is, how much more this one fluffed up. So Melissa, no pressure. I have not tried this, but this is one of the Fairlife protein shakes. I understand that you can also do it with, what is that other protein shake? I understand you can do it with that too. And then 2 scoops of Jell-O with an immersion blender. A scoop. I'm sorry, I keep saying scoops. A tablespoon. I don't know why I keep saying scoop. It was a tablespoon. Thank you, Mary, for asking that. Premier Protein. Thank you, Melissa. Okay, so, don't know if y'all can see that. I know you can. Look, it's already looking good, Melissa. So again, no pressure. But look how much fluffier that is. Now just keep in mind, my mother would not have eaten this because this is milk. This is dairy. But this is looking, you know, pretty scrumptious. And it makes 2 servings. So 2 tablespoons of the Jell-O and 1 of the Premier Protein, 1 of the Fairlife, and it makes 2 servings. That's pudding. Wow, it's like a double chocolate pudding. Melissa, woohoo! Okay, everybody, send Melissa some woo, because that is actually really very good. So I like my mom's way. I like Nana's way, but Melissa's way, wow. Let's just take another quick bite of that one. Just to, it's really, really good. Thank you, Melissa. That is excellent. That is super good. Okay, yeah. So everybody cheer on Melissa because that was a fantastic, fantastic idea. Okay, then I have already prepared this. Did y'all hear my Instant Pot go doo-doo-doo-doo? Oh, what was that? Hold on. Oh, Karen. Thank you, Karen. That's very sweet of you. Okay, so I already made this next thing. I made it in my Instant Pot. I thought, you know, last week I lived on macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes. And I did get some more instant mashed potatoes, you know, just in case I needed them. But I thought, you know, I really want something kind of different. So for the last few minutes tonight, I'm going to show you, I have prepared in the Instant Pot sweet potatoes. Now, I am not picking up a super hot basket out of the Instant Pot. Here, let me spin you all around here. Okay, so this is no longer super hot. Okay, it's been sitting over here cooling while we've been having the chat. So I do not want to hear anybody say, oh, Sarah says name again. Okay, so it is a Fairlife protein shake, or you can use Premier Protein shake, and then just Jell-O, any flavor Jell-O pudding. But I wanted to make mashed sweet potatoes. So this is approximately 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. Oh, but what I started to say is I do not want to hear anybody say, Kelly, you just grabbed the sweet potatoes straight out of the Instant Pot and I burned my hand when I did it. This has been sitting here for a little bit, okay? So this is about 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. And I peeled them because you don't want any vegetable peel when you're trying to heal from this dental surgery or if you're just on a soft diet. So I peeled them and I cut them in approximately 1 inch either slices or pieces, put them in my handy dandy new steamer basket that I got for the Instant Pot. That's another reason that I'm begging for stars, and we're at 39% of our stars collection because I've got to pay for some of this stuff that I buy to show you all. Pretty please. But this handy dandy steamer basket, and I will put the link to this. I'll share the link to that after I get home, and then to that steamer basket because it's actually a double so that you can steam 2 different things at the same time. And here, and I'll have Casey share it on the chat when she posts that on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But to this, so this is just sweet potatoes so far. To this, I'm gonna add just a little bit of Land O'Lakes, oops, wrong, turn it around. Land O'Lakes light butter with canola oil because it has so many fewer calories. And so that was about maybe 2 teaspoons of that. And to that, I'm gonna add, and I'm not measuring it just because we're doing this live, you know. And to that, I'm gonna add some sugar-free maple syrup. Again, probably about 2 tablespoons of that. And then I don't like to salt a lot of things, but just a tiny bit of salt is really gonna amp up the sweetness in the sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna add just a tiny bit, that's just a sprinkle of pink Himalayan sea salt. So we've got that, and then I'm gonna use a potato masher. And this is the perfect reason to have an Instant Pot. So y'all know when I was doing all of the Instant Pot challenges, or I did, you know, a handful of Instant Pot challenges with the between the Instant Pot and the and my air fryer, and I kept saying, well, the air fryer won that one, well, the air fryer won that one, well, the air fryer won that one. This making mashed potatoes is perfect. Look, they're perfect, and it smells so stinking good. So just quickly, because now I've got us down to like 3 minutes, quickly I'm just gonna mush these up just a little bit more. Oh, these were in the Instant Pot. You have put a cup of water in the bottom, put the sweet potatoes in the strainer basket, in the steamer basket, and then you're going to cook these on high pressure for 8 minutes, and then do 8 minutes and then do a quick release. They're perfection, okay? Perfect use of an Instant Pot. And these now are going in, because I don't need these until week after next. So these are gonna go in my super cubes, and the super cubes, you know, are just the freezer, it's the freezer cubes that I use. So I'm gonna put these in 1 cup freezer cubes and pop these in the freezer so that when I need them next week, or week after next, so when I need them, they will be ready to go. So y'all can see that, right? So these are gonna go into the 1 cup super cubes. You can do them in the 1/2 cup, the 2 cup, whatever you wanna do. That way, these will be ready to go. And let me tell you how they taste. And again, I'm the only person that's gonna be eating these, so I can eat straight out of this, okay? I'm not sharing this with anybody. Sometimes people are like, ew, don't eat out of this is not a shared bowl, okay? I'm the only person eating out of this. Makes me want to have to eat soft food all the time. Absolutely delicious. Oh, so good. So good. Those would actually be good if you were making them for some other family members. But mashed sweet potatoes, Casey will have this recipe on the blog sometime this week on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. It is 2 till. I got to get wrapped up and go. The girls are headed our way to spend the night so that we can take them somewhere fun and fantastic, hopefully for the Labor Day weekend. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe. Have fun. Don't forget to try some mashed sweet potatoes. Don't forget to try Melissa's pudding recipe. Sorry, Mom, but Melissa's wins tonight. Don't forget to try those. If you're having any issues and you need some extra ideas, reach out to our group because we have lots of people that are in the same boat you're in and they love to help. But y'all have a fantastic week. I cannot wait to see you next week. Still feeling well and before my dental surgery. If you're watching this on YouTube, please let that next video go ahead and roll over. Again, that's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. Let that next video roll over. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. And y'all have a fantastic week and I will see you next time. Good night.